and girls, welcome to video 3. We're going to be doing worksheets from Packet 4, Week 8, Days 1 and 3. So if you haven't gotten them, you might want to stop the video and get those. And I think you need a yellow, green, and orange crayon. And you'll also need a pencil. All right, and then if you're ready, I'm going to tell a joke, and then we're going to get started with our work. What do you get when you cross a pig and a frog? A amphibian. Okay, let's get ready to do our work. Boys and girls, we're doing Point of View, Day 1, and the title of our story is Chores. Remember, when we are reading, that good readers think about who is telling the story, and they also think about who is speaking as they read a story. So follow along and read with me about the story Chores. Beth, can you please sweep the basement? My mom asked. Sure, I told her, but before I knew it, my brother came running past me. He stole the broom out of my hand. Sweeping is my chore. Beth can't sweep, he whined. Nate, I didn't ask you to sweep. I wanted you to help me dust, Mom explained. But Nate only wanted to sweep. Mom, I'll help you dust instead, I told her. Thanks, Beth. That is very sweet of you, Mom said. It was a busy day full of chores. Okay, if we look back in this story, we want to first talk about and think about who are the characters in this story. We know Beth. We know Mom is in the story. And we know there's a brother, and his name is Nate. All right, now let's go to the bottom. And it says, who said, thanks, Beth, that is very sweet of you? Who said that? We're supposed to get our yellow crayon. I'm going to use a marker and go back to our text and find out who said, thanks, Beth, that is very sweet of you. Okay, I see it right there. So with my yellow crayon, I'm going to highlight, thanks, Beth, that is very sweet of you, Mom said. So who said that? It was Mom. So we'll put that in a sentence. Mom said that. And don't forget your period. Okay, then the second question is, who said sweeping is my chore? So we take our orange marker and go back to the story and find that out. Okay, I see it right here. Sweeping is my chore. Beth can't sweep, he whined. So we say, who is he? And it would be Nate. So we highlight, sweeping is my chore. Beth can't sweep, he whined, and it's Nate. So in answer to the question, who said sweeping is my chore, we would answer Nate. And of course, we start with a capital letter. Nate said that. And we end with a period. Okay, then the third one, we take our green marker, and the question is, it says color green, who said, "Mom, I'll help you dust instead." So let's highlight. Right here it is. "Mom, I'll help you dust instead," I told her. And we know that that is Beth because Mom says, "Thanks, Beth." So in answer to the question, we write, Beth said that. And we put a period. Okay, now let's move to the next story, and that is Let's Ride. Okay, and we'll look at the top at the directions. It says, read the passage, circle unknown words, use this passage to answer the questions on the next page on day 4. So we will do both day 3 and day 4. So let's read together, Let's Ride. Jack and I are friends. We ride bikes with each other. Why does your bike have such thick, wide tires? I asked Jack. Jack said I need wide tires to climb and jump muddy hills. I ride on the street. I like to stand by the road and watch Jack ride in the mud. I do not like to get so dirty. You can come watch me race on Sunday. You will see why I need thick tires, Meg, smiled Jack. So last Sunday, I found a clean spot in the grass to watch. A loud horn blasted in my ear and the race began. Jack slid around a muddy corner. He jumped over a dusty hill. He spun his tires. He had mud all over. He rode his bike faster and faster. What a race! He won! When it was over, I said, "Your shirt is so dirty, Jack. I bet you want to wash it soon, right?" Jack replied, "No way, Meg. I love being muddy. I am only washing it if my mom makes me." We both laughed as we walked home. All right, now let's turn it over to the back. Day 4 is point of view. And who are the characters in this story? And again, we're going to answer this in a complete sentence. The, starting with a capital T, characters, and I can look right up here to see how to spell that word. The characters are and let's look back to the story to find the answer. Jack and I, and then later we find Jack calling to Meg. So the characters are Jack and Meg. So let's write that. The characters are Jack and Meg. And don't forget that period. Okay, now it says, who is telling the story? So we go back And as we look at the beginning, it says Jack and I are friends. So if it's not Jack telling the story, it must be Meg. So we'll answer the question. Meg, and we'll turn that question around. Meg is telling the story. Okay, we'll move on. How do you know that this is the person telling the story? Okay, so we'll go back. And we know that because in the beginning, it starts out Jack and I, and then whenever Jack is talking, he says Meg. So that's how we get to know that the I is Meg. So I think that we could answer that. Jack tells us it is Meg. Telling the story. And again, I can always look up here to know how to spell the words correctly. And don't forget your period. Okay, at the bottom it says, this text is fiction. I know this is fiction because it has characters, dialogue, setting. It seems fake. It has a beginning, a middle, and an end. Or informational. I know this is informational because it has photographs, captions under photos, maps, bold words, headings. It teaches you facts. All right, if we think back to the story, I'm guessing that it's fiction. I'm going to color the circle in for fiction. Because this story definitely has characters, it definitely has dialogue, it has a setting. It doesn't seem fake. It's something that could really happen, but it does have a beginning, middle, and end. It does not have photographs. It doesn't have captions under the photos. It doesn't have maps. It doesn't have bold words. It doesn't have a heading, and it's really not teaching me facts. So I'm going to color in the circle by fiction. Okay, that is it for lesson 4. Thank you for joining me. Okay, boys and girls, I hope it was helpful to do those worksheets together, and I hope that you learned a little bit more about point of view. And I hope that as you're reading, you remember that good readers think about who is telling the story. All right, I have one more joke for you, and then we're finished. So, what is a pig's best karate move? It's a pork chop. All right, have a terrific summer and have a safe summer. Bye-bye.